Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, today I was going to do Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors movie review. And as you can see, I don't have my normal background. I just didn't feel like setting it up today. But the background is not what matters, it's the review. So let's not worry about all that. But let's get into the review. If you are new, welcome. And please subscribe, and please click the bell, turn on notifications, that way you know when I upload. And so let's get started. If you haven't seen this movie yet, please go check it out if you would like, and then come back and watch this review because it contains spoilers. So Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 stars, as usual, Robert Englund as Freddy, and you got returning once again Heather Langenkamp as Nancy, and you have Patricia Arquette playing Kristen. So the movie begins with Patricia Arquette's character, Kristen. She's making the house that Nancy lived in out of paper mache, and she's trying to stay awake. You can tell she's tired and she hadn't slept much, but she's trying to keep herself awake. And so she's drinking Diet Coke, she's drinking coffee, she's doing everything she can to stay awake, listening to loud music, which, by the way, the music, there were 2 songs done in this movie by Dokken. They did Into the Fire, which is the very beginning song that you'll hear when Kristen is trying to stay awake. And you'll also hear it another song by them called Dream Warriors. I believe it's at the end of the movie, but I could be wrong. I know they did a music video for this movie, so if you have not seen that, go check it out. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, so she's trying to stay awake, and her mother comes in and basically gets on to her, tells her to turn the music down, and tells her to go to bed, get some sleep, and she tells her mom that she's still having bad dreams. But her mom's passive about it. She kind of just blows her off, and so Kristen gets, into bed, goes to sleep, and ends up dreaming about Freddy. And Freddy comes back and tries to get her, and she wakes up, or at least what she thinks she wakes up anyway. And she goes to the bathroom to, I guess, wash her face or something, because she tries to turn the sink on, and Freddy grabs her wrists and slashes her wrists with his, claws. And her mom busts in, and Kristen turns around, and you can see that her wrists have been slit. So her mom takes that as she was trying to, kill herself, basically. So she gets sent off to a hospital for teenagers who supposedly are suicidal. But the thing is Freddy's the one killing them, and the people who work there think that they're just suicidal because they die in their sleep and stuff like that. And so basically that's the beginning. You have Nancy, like I said, returning. She works there, and she basically helps them figure out what's going on. Kristen can pull people into her dream. That's like a power that she has, a dream power. And so she pulls Nancy into her dream, and Freddy's trying to kill her. And that's when Freddy sees Nancy and Nancy sees Freddy. And that's when she knows that it's Freddy trying to kill them. So she basically, in a nutshell, tells everybody that it's Freddy trying to kill them. And so that's basically it. You got Joey, who doesn't speak, and he gets into a coma. Freddy puts him into a coma, actually. And so Kincaid and Nancy and Kristen have to go and get Joey from Freddy. That's basically the ending. But you have these, Freddy killing the others throughout the movie, which in this one they're a little more creative. Philip, he gets killed. Basically, Philip makes these things, these little doll things out of wood. And Freddy turns into one of those one night when Philip goes to sleep. Freddy turns into one and basically pulls Philip's veins out of his wrists and pulls him all the way to where he's on the roof of the hospital, or part of the roof, I should say, not the actual roof, and Freddy basically just cuts him down and he just falls to his death. That was a pretty good kill. My favorite kill, though, is Jennifer, where she gets killed by with the TV. I think that's everybody's favorite kill. Plus, it has the great tagline that everybody knows. And if you don't know what that one is, where have you been? But if you do know, please leave a comment in the comment section saying what that is, because I want to see who knows and who doesn't. So everybody who watches this, leave a comment below saying the famous saying that Freddy says right before he kills Jennifer with the TV. So that's my favorite kill. And basically the people, the teenagers, have powers, have dream powers. See, Kincaid, he's pretty cool. He's probably one of my favorite characters in the movie because he's funny at times, and he tells just about anybody off. He don't care. But his dream power is that he's really strong. He has a lot of strength. And Joey, being that he doesn't speak while he's awake, his dream power is that he can speak. Kristen can pull people into her dreams. Nancy, I don't think she has a dream power. And I think that's it. Those are the only ones that have dream powers. Because those are the three at the very end of the movie who go after Freddy. So, they're the three that have the dream powers. The others, Will, he has a dream power. I forgot about Will. Well, they all have dream powers, but the thing is Freddy just kills the others. Will, he is in a wheelchair, but when he's asleep, his dream power is that he can walk, and that he's also a wizard. Like he calls himself the Wizard Master, and it's pretty cool, for the 80s. But so that's his power. Taryn, I believe that's her name, Taryn, something like that. Her dream power is that she says in her dreams she's beautiful and bad. I don't see how that's a power, but okay. We'll roll with it. But So basically, Tyrion is a former drug addict, um, and the way Freddy gets her is pretty cool. Um, he turns his fingers and knives and stuff like that into needles, and basically sticks her right in the arm and just shoots her up with all kinds of heroin, I think, but I could be wrong. I don't know the drug, but yeah. Um, so that's how she dies. Will, he just gets stabbed. So basically, that's the pretty much gist of the whole movie. Basically, you got all that, and you got them going after Freddy at the end. Which at the end, there's a cool little scene where they're all in this hallway, and there's a bunch of mirrors, and Freddy comes out of every one of them and grabs them and tries to pull them in, and that's when Joey figures out his dream power. That's when he yells and screams real loud and breaks all the mirrors and sets them free, basically, which is pretty cool. You know, it was a cool little effect. But one thing I didn't like about this movie is, well, there's two things actually. One, I didn't like the fact that, spoiler alert for those of you who stuck around, you've heeded the warning, you know, so this is your fault if you do not back out now. I'm going to give you just a second or two to back out if you haven't seen this movie yet and you stuck around. Okay. I do not like the fact that Nancy died in this. Me personally, I think Nancy is part of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Like Tommy Jarvis is to Friday the 13th, just like Daniel Harris is to Halloween. They just belong together, and without them, it just ain't the same. That's the way I think about Nancy. She belongs in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And the fact that they killed her off kind of messed the series up in a way because, yeah, like I said, it's just not the same without her. But it's still not bad. Like, it's not, she's missed, yes, but it doesn't make the fact that the movies are horrible without her. But, it's just not the same without her, basically, in my opinion. But she dies at the end of this. Freddy tricks her, pretends to be her father, and she goes to hug him, and Freddy kills her. Basically, that's it. But the other thing that I didn't like about it was, well, it's not really that I didn't like it. I just didn't really understand the logic of it because to me it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. And that is all these teenagers that are in this hospital. Nancy makes a comment saying that they're the last of the Elm Street children. So you mean to tell me that they all lived on that one street at one point in time, and now all of a sudden they're all in this hospital together? I don't get that. I mean, somebody explain that to me. That to me just logically doesn't make sense. So please help me understand that, I guess. I mean, maybe it's just me. I don't know. But that just, to me, just didn't make sense because I watched this movie before I did this review and just happened to notice that and just started thinking about it. It's like, okay, all of these kids lived on this one street at one time. I guess Springwood must be a small town because for that to happen, then it has to be a small town because of that. It has to be. But it's not like a dislike, I guess you could say. It's more of just a I don't understand kind of thing. But basically, that's Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Has a great ending. Basically, what they have to do is lay his bones to rest. They have to bury his remains in a hallowed ground with holy water and stuff like that. And that's basically what they do. And it's one of the best out of the series, from what a lot of people have said. I definitely think it's up there. I was sitting there thinking, what is my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movie? And I'm still thinking about that one. But if I were to make a guess right now, I would say 3, because it's the one that is the most liked. When I was a kid, it was, to me, the scariest. Because I had never seen 1 or 2 before that. When I first heard about Freddy, it was Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Because a friend of mine had told me about it. And they said that it was really scary. And I watched it, and yes, it was. It was very scary. But yeah, that's Nightmare on Elm Street 3. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And please leave a comment. Like I said, if you know the famous line that Freddy said right before he killed Jennifer with the TV, please leave a comment below letting me know what that is. I know what it is, but I want to see who all knows what it is. And that'll pretty much do it. Like I said, if you're new, please subscribe. There's a little thing right down there on the right side of the screen, and you click on it and you automatically subscribe without leaving this video. Or you could just go to my channel and hit the subscribe button and the bell, and that'll be good too. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review, and everybody take care. And as always, I will see you in the next video.